great Braylon Edwards and, of course, Maz are about to take over on Woodward Sports. Every day, 2 to 4 p.m., it's the best Detroit sports talk on Detroit's best sports network, Woodward Sports.
Hey, let's go! Thursday show, September 5th, 2024. Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button, subscribe. Less than 100 subscribers away from 67,000 on this platform. Let's get to 70,000, huh? Shall we? Send a friend, share the webpage and the YouTube page with a friend. Woodward Sports on YouTube. Braylon Edwards, good afternoon to you, my friend. We have made it. NFL football begins tonight.
We've made it. NFL football. The Ravens and the Chiefs, they go at it. The AFC Championship rematch. I cannot wait. I'm excited for football, period, man. This is today. NFL season starts. It's going to be a hell of a game. I know Maz is excited for tomorrow. His sleeper favorite team of all time. They play on Friday Night TV. And then Saturday, Maz sent me something to the chat. I know I'm being talked about the gate, but he sent me the Texas-Michigan Rose Bowl game. You know what I'm saying? Texas plays Michigan Saturday and Ann Arbor.
I think I did.
Oh, you did. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Please.
I'm sorry for not giving you the credit.
I did as well.
Thank you, gentlemen, for giving me such a great memory.
How do you know you beat me?
I don't.
Okay.
I think you both sent it. Let's just eat at the same
You beat
time.
me?
I might have.
Would you guys stop acting like 5-year-olds?
Right. Somebody beat somebody.
Okay, Maz and Ryan were a tie. But the message remains the same, man. Texas is coming to Ann Arbor. The first time these teams have ever met. Ann Arbor, one of the best brands of all time, and it took back to the 2005 Rose Bowl. You talk about still wishing we won or talking about can't get over it. It wasn't until I looked at that video, and we'll talk a little bit later. You know what? Let me tease it. We'll talk a little bit later about it, but I got some feelings and some thoughts and some people in that game, but it brought back some great memories, man. I'm excited for today, tomorrow, and Saturday.
Tom Mazway, good afternoon to you, my friend.
Hey, fellas. Happy NFL season, everybody.
Yes.
It's here.
Opa.
I can't believe it. Honestly, we went through the entire summer, and this day seemed like it was eons away. Mm-hmm. And then just the last few days, I'm like, wow, it snuck up on me.
Yeah.
It's the way I feel. The weather's beautiful, just outstanding. And I'm ready to kick it off. It's also the start of bowling season for me.
Oh, good for you. How's your envelope this year?
Envelope's light. I need to hit a couple of mystery balls, as you call it.
Right.
Now, tell me about the mystery ball.
The mystery ball. Whatever you bowl, let's say I shoot a 223. They'd have to pull a 223 out of the bucket. If they do, I go up and I win the money.
So are there how many numbers are in there from 100 to?
From like 100 up to 300.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it's 200 numbers.
It's 200 numbers.
Oh,
But
yeah,
usually,
that's hard.
Yeah, it's hard, but I usually hit a couple.
Really?
A few.
And what happens if you get your number called?
Probably a couple of $100, or as the weeks go on, there's a progressive jackpot that paid someone last year almost $2,000.
So if 178 is picked and there's no 178,
it just rolls up.
It just rolls over.
And then more
Wow.
people put in money. Yeah.
Do you remember at one point, Maz was telling us how much that some of his friends,
15 grand, something
Yeah,
like that.
strike ball.
some
Yeah.
of his friends use this as real
15K?
income.
People show up just to bet on guys there, at
Wow.
this place. Yeah, there's a lot of cash.
We got to
At the
pick
house.
one Thursday night, Bray. We've got a
I'm
commitment
down,
tonight.
man.
We've got a commitment tonight, but one Thursday night we got to go watch Maz Bowl.
Yeah, it's gonna
That's
be
what Kool-Aid said. He said he wants to come and get some
B-roll.
feed
Did they
from
have
there.
Prime though? Do you have Thursday night football?
Well, it's NBC.
Oh, it's NBC tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Peacock.
Now the new owners who are taking over, I pray that they will upgrade the cable system so they can have Prime Thursdays moving forward.
It's real hard to own a
Yeah.
establishment and not have.
It's been a long time
Right.
since this place needed a facelift. It's getting one now.
Oh, good for you, Jack. KG and Spivak here with us as well.
Yes,
Gentlemen,
sir.
how are you guys?
Good, man. Won't feel real till Sunday, though, but I am ready for tonight.
No doubt about it.
It's Football Thursday. Let's go, boys. Come on, man.
Spivak's going to give us a couple of winners today.
Yeah,
we will
he
do
is.
our
Right.
picks. I am not here.
You know what you can do with those, right? Just scratch them right off.
I am not.
hey, don't do my boy like that. I
Right,
had
right.
a couple winners off.
Yeah,
of
thank you, Bray.
I am not
He's back
here
in the
tomorrow.
poorhouse.
It is my 10-year wedding anniversary. So
Congratulations, sir.
Congrats.
I'm going to be with my wife tomorrow, and
That's 70 years.
No
ago.
KDK for you.
right. So,
Hey, don't scare me.
so we're gonna do the pick segment today, so I could be involved in that.
Nice.
And we'll go from there. But guys, I have to start with before I get to football. I have to start with last night. Maz stayed up till 1 in the morning.
Tough game.
I went to bed
1:30.
I stayed up until It was 5-0.
Yeah.
Was it Sweeney that hit the home run?
Yep.
I said 5-0. I was like, okay, I gotta go to bed. Like if I see 10 o'clock on the clock, I gotta go
That
to
was
bed.
one of
You
their
already
last
set up
hits.
for a bad day.
You're right.
Next day.
That was one of
Yeah.
their last hits of the night. Just
It's
so you know.
unbelievable. And I woke up to a WhatsApp message from Maz on our TBL thread. F the Tigers.
Yeah.
I hate. And I knew.
And I knew at that point
I
what
knew
had happened.
they were going to lose that game. They escaped every single inning with 2 or bases loaded, and the Padres couldn't score. The bullpen was outstanding. And then the 10th inning came, and you strand the ghost runner.
Yep.
You know it's over the next inning. And
You're
of course,
a visitor and you strand the ghost runner.
it's over.
Yeah, it's
Matter of fact,
over, yeah.
honestly, I was standing up at that point, getting the couch all puffed up
Yeah.
again, getting the lights off
Right.
in the kitchen. And
Closing the
literally,
house up for the night.
I was standing up when the hit. I just went click off, and I went to bed. I was pissed, man. Boy, was I pissed.
That feels like a killer, Braylon.
Yep.
That game, you're coming down the stretch and you're 3 games out, maybe final week of the season, you're 3 out, and you say to yourself, man, that one really hurts. That one really hurt last night. You're up 5-0. You got to win the game.
It definitely did, and this is why I made a statement that I did last week,
Yeah.
about not getting too disappointed about this team. I'm excited to see what they're doing in terms of the growth, the young players coming up, making some plays. Like you said, Sweeney hit a home run. This is a guy we got in the trade for Jack Flaherty. You're wondering what type of player is Sweeney. So you're excited to see that. I don't expect them to make the playoffs, and I don't expect them to put me in a situation where I'm on pins and needles at the last 2 games of the season. So they lost it. I just hope that they can get better at doing this next year.
Yeah, and I think all of these games will absolutely make this team better. By no stretch of the imagination is this team out. They do play the Royals 3 times. They have a favorable schedule down the stretch. They're 5 games out in the loss column, 5.5 back, but 5 games out in the loss column right now, and you play the team you're directly in front of 3 times. So you have to take
Must
care
sweep.
of business.
They're still breathing.
Right? They
Just-
are still
that was a
breathing.
bad
That
loss.
is for sure. Bad loss for sure. But, we said if they're going to do this, they have to be perfect.
Right.
That was not perfect last night.
Yeah.
Tom Masway, I'm going to come to you with this because we don't talk WNBA, and I just want to get some things that are going on last night
KG and
before
Mavs.
we move ahead
That's
today.
Mavs with
KG
it.
Look,
versus
no,
Mavs.
no. But even KG, I got to get involved in this now because what this girl is doing, Caitlin Clark, is stuff we have never seen before. A triple-double last night, her second triple-double as a rookie. No other rookie in the history of the WNBA, none, 0.
No, I'm agreeing with you, has one, yeah.
Has had a triple-double. Now she's got 2. Last night, she had another 20 and 10 game. Ready for this stat? Here's the most career games with 20 points and 10 assists. 10 games. Courtney Vandersloot. It took Courtney Vandersloot 422 games with 20 and 10. 9, Diana Taurasi.
Big mouth.
Diana Taurasi has 9. Diana Taurasi has 9 career games with 20 and 10. 559 games played. Caitlin Clark is 3rd on this list with 34 games played. She has 7 20 and 10 games. She has taken this lottery team, one of the worst franchises in the WNBA, on the birth of a playoff berth. She is spectacular. She's not only Rookie of the Year, she absolutely is in the conversation for MVP. And she won't get it because this is political, but there is no individual player in the WNBA that does more for her team than Caitlin Clark. It's absurd.
I would start here. I understand she's having an amazing season. She's having the best rookie season statistically. But don't put her in front of Asia Wilson yet. With Asia Wilson, she's a force.
She's a
force.
rookie, man.
But he just said she's the best player in the league, and all I was
No. I didn't say she's the best player in the league.
You said she should get MVP, but it's
said,
political.
I said no player in the
most
WNBA
valuable.
is doing more for her
I know
team.
I wasn't trying to start an argument.
No, I'm just saying
Right.
no player in the WNBA has done more for her team than Caitlin Clark.
You're absolutely 100%
Not
agree
the
with
best
that.
player.
All right, and
Yeah.
and two things can be true. Asia
Yeah.
Wilson had an amazing year, but you're right. Asia Wilson has a bunch of other All-Stars on that Las Vegas Aces team that help them be what they are. So 100% agree. The thing I love about this, when everybody was talking about Caitlin Clark, when everybody had the issue, when the media, when the fans, when the people in the comment sections were dissing Caitlin Clark or Caitlin Clark the hype or whatever it was, or when she started off kind of bad, she was on a horrible team, started off bad. Oh, see, you know who never responded? Caitlin.
Never said a word.
Caitlin Clark never said a word.
About nothing.
About nothing. Like when she was getting fouled too hard, she said, "That's the game. This is how you got to play." When they were trying to compare her to Angel Reese and all that, she gave Angel Reese her
And
kudos.
Angel Reese absolutely is having a tremendous year. She's also doing things that
She
we've
is.
never seen in
She
the
broke the
NBA.
rookie
Most
record.
doubles ever.
Yeah.
She broke the rebound record too, most rebounds in the game with
Yep.
19. Asia Wilson tied it a couple nights later. But Caitlin is a player. She's a baller, and this is what this is where you test the metal of how great someone is. The game has evolved. The game has changed, and she can do things that even the ones that evolved in this game can't do. She can rebound. She can come off the pick and roll. She can back you up. She can face the basket, and she can shoot from a distance that nobody else can shoot from. Nobody else can shoot from. So I love that the water and the levels have kind of balanced.
Yeah.
Now we can see, and all the speculation 2 months ago or a month ago. Now we're in the thick of things, and you can see she's turned an organization around that had the number 1 pick 2 years in a row.
There's
into a
so
team
many-
that's their playoff bound.
Now, I said a while ago I was out on WNBA because it just became so political and so much hate-filled that it didn't make me feel wanted. It didn't make me feel good. I wanted no part of it. And I do believe it's it's the men that are stepping up here, not the women still. Aside from Nancy Lieberman-Klein, the women are still, for the most part, not coming on board. It is the men. It is Stephen A. Smith. It is Charles Barkley. It is LeBron James that are coming to Caitlin Clark's defense. Here's what Charles Barkley had to say about Caitlin Clark and what's going on with the women in the WNBA.
These ladies, and I'm a WNBA fan, they cannot have this Caitlin Clark thing up any worse if they tried. People believe what we say on television. Just because people don't like you or your personality, they can't get on TV and slander you. It's just total bullshit. This girl is incredible. The number of attention, eyeballs she's brought to college and the pros, and for these women to have this petty jealousness, you say to yourself, damn, what is going on here? And the thing I love about her, she never says a word. But these ladies who I love and respect their game, they couldn't have this thing up any worse. There's been so much negativity, and a lot of it is just petty jealousness.
First of all, what's going on with Charles' glasses? Like, come on,
That is wild.
Come on, Charles. You make too much money to have them glasses on your face like that. They're big and falling
He went
out.
with George Costanza to look for those.
Right. Get some Warby Parkers, man.
Little side field for you guys. All right, Warby Parker's them some glasses right there. All right, Maz, I'll let you go because you have been talking about this. You and Anson have doubled down and tripled down and quadrupled down, starting with the U.S. women's team, the Olympic basketball team. They have effed this up, in the words of Charles Barkley.
There's no question, man. It is what it is. When it's all said and done, she will be the greatest basketball player in women's history and the second best shooter to Steph Curry that's ever lived. I mean, the girl, she is basketball, and she's going to make all these women millionaires. We're talking about the WNBA. We're talking about women's basketball. That would never happen just 2 years ago until you brought her up when she was at Iowa.
Sophomore at Iowa.
As a sophomore at Iowa.
And I would say no. We're not talking about her because I had no idea who she was.
Right.
Women's basketball wasn't going to do anything
Correct.
for the show.
Nope.
It just wasn't. We're in the numbers business.
On any show.
Right.
And she got them a couple of billion-dollar contract, and she made me, as a huge sports fan, stop in my tracks to watch her playing, especially when she was in the Final Four. And, Iowa didn't win it all, but she got them there, and it was exciting. Her against LSU and Angel Reese, her against anybody, against the UConn. And it just is great. Now, look, I used to love watching the UConn women. I still do. They're a phenomenal story. Gino Auriemma has done a fantastic job
Been dominant
with that
a long
program.
time.
They're fun to watch. And I always do watch the women's Final Four, but not as intently as I do when this girl was playing. And I don't care about the WNBA, but I do now. And I did watch a couple of her games this year. And I watched the other day. If you watch her on the court, even her passing abilities, behind the back and stuff, she's remarkable. She's amazing. It's great to watch.
I think it was Colin Cowherd earlier this week, and he was so right about this. He said, and I've made this comparison in the past, but the way he made it was better than I could do. He talked about when Tiger Woods came into golf, it was Mark O'Meara. It basically takes one guy, okay? It was Mark O'Meara that was the first to buddy up to Tiger and really get in the face of all these other golfers and say, look, this guy right here is going to make all of you millionaires.
Yeah.
He's going to make all of you millionaires. And he did. And it wasn't shortly thereafter when Mark O'Meara said, hey, embrace him. Then one by one, slowly but surely, I have yet to see a current WNBA player come out and fully embrace Caitlin Clark. Yeah. I don't, and Stephen A. Smith can do it all he wants, and Charles Barkley can do it, and Stephen A. Smith actually has this beef with Cheryl Swoops. Cheryl Swoops was taken off the broadcast in Dallas for the Dallas Fever game because she is so anti-Caitlin Clark that she just couldn't control herself enough to call an impartial game and see what she saw.
That's crazy.
That's how hated she is by these women. And it is crazy. Not one current WNBA player has stood up and put their proverbial arms around her.
Right.
And until that happens, you're going to just really ice yourself out. You know what I mean? Yeah. I just there's a lot of there's a business element to all of this, what we do.
No, of course.
There's a business element. And even if you hate her, even if you're jealous or petty or whatever, or think she doesn't deserve this, for the business element of it, do yourself a favor and do that.
Yeah, for me, it's interesting. If it were because of when it started with Angel Reese and her, social media got the best of the situation, and then it became a white versus black thing. It became racist undertones, if you will, or racial undertones. If it were the black players, Ryan, in the WNBA, if it was the black women that had an axe to grind or they didn't like Caitlin Clark, then I would have a little bit more understanding because I was like, okay, then this social content has gotten a little more out of control than it should be. Mm-hmm. Ryan, none of the women in the WNBA like her. Doesn't matter about the black ones or the white ones. None of the women that are veterans in this league like her, and it makes you wonder why. It makes you pause. And I think that it's because of this. They have been striving hard, day in and day out, playing in front of nobody, barely getting on TV, having to go overseas in the off season just to stay afloat because they didn't make as much. Started getting a little bit of eyes on the game because of college women's basketball. And now, as your league is still in the negative, mind you, all of a sudden here comes Caitlin Clark. And this individual is single-handedly responsible for bringing you to the green, or in business or financial terms, putting you in the black. Put you in the black.
Flying private now because
100%. And I feel like the disdain is everybody, all the women, whether it's Breonna Stewart, whether it's Rebecca Lobo, Cheryl Swoops, Candace Parker, you insert former or current, they're looking like her.
Right.
Of all
We've
of us.
been doing this.
Of all
or
of
been
us,
trying
that
to
100% it's this individual. And I think they're so short-sighted on it. And it's never happened before that they can't see through it. It's never happened. It didn't happen in the NFL. Or it's a different type of dynamic. They all are like, damn, why couldn't it have been this person or that person? Somebody that has a track record or somebody that had the cachet, whether it was, Maya Moore or Breonna Stewart. But it wasn't.
But even if you talk about like the numbers of it, okay, we just flashed for you that even if you want to tell me how great Asia Wilson is, where's Asia Wilson on that graphic? Asia Wilson is the greatest WNBA player of all time.
Well,
I don't see her on that graphic.
Yeah.
20 and 10.
I'm not. Hey,
No. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
But the game has also evolved too. It's a
Well,
much faster
basketball's
game.
basketball,
True, but
you know?
the WNBA game was a bit slow. There was no dunking for quite a bit of a while.
You're making
So-
a point
No,
as to why people didn't watch.
No, absolutely. But
Yeah.
I totally agree with Braylon. It's the factor that these women have been working on this for years. And yes, Caitlin Clark is absolutely amazing. She is their golden goose, and she is going to be the one to take this thing over the top. But for the women that have been doing this, especially within the last 5 years, where the NBA, the men's NBA, started really getting behind the WNBA and trying to push them into the next stratosphere, some of them are a little bit bitter about it. I mean, let's just be real. That's the reality of the situation.
Yeah, interesting stuff though, man. Interesting.
You're in terms of Asia Wilson and what she's done the last couple games. I think that stat has to be rookie stat or something like that.
Not.
Because
Well, it's 559 games.
It's all time.
All time. 20 points, 10
okay,
assists.
well, this is Asia Wilson in just the last 5 games. 30 points, 13 rebounds. 22 points, 10 rebounds. 21 points,
Talking
13
rebounds,
rebounds.
talking about assists. 20 and 10 assists.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, they weren't scoring like that back in the day. So
That's why I said the game is
they
evolved.
weren't-
That's
and I'm not
part,
hating, but they
part
weren't
of the
scoring
reason.
like that back in the day. So it's like college basketball back in the early 90s. 55 to 61 is going to be a score. Not like now you're getting 90-point games, 100-point games. Shoot. When's the last time you heard like WNBA scoring 47 points?
You haven't.
Like the game has evolved
Yeah.
to your point.
Right. No
Freddie
doubt.
Felt, as a super fan today, he said, I put up 61 points with Caitlin on NBA 2K25.
Oh, my
Thanks,
God.
Freddie. You the man.
Shout out
That's
Freddie,
so
man.
funny.
Did you
Right.
draft it to an NBA team or did you play WNBA?
I don't know. Freddie will have to tell us.
Man,
That
El
is-
Gato said, this ain't Oprah. Let's talk NFL.
And let's do that. I was
like it.
transitioning next. Absolutely. Let's do that. NFL tonight. Lions, they get going on Sunday. Dan Campbell is ready to go. You can only hit each other for so much. Pause. Here's Dan Campbell talking about the Lions, baby. Ready to go.
Man, our guys are looking forward to this. They really are, you know. I know Arnold's excited. First one, man, he's ready to go. I mean, he's, you know, like he does not lack confidence, okay? So he's ready. And he practices, but I tell you what, he practices now. I mean, he works. And, you know, that's what gets you excited. CD's back. He's coming off this injury. So I thought he had a good day yesterday. And then certainly Branch and Kirby, you know, having them back there working together as well. Meek's back, which is great. Ennis is working. So look, like any week, they'll present challenges. But I think the challenges here are that they do so much of everything from run to pass game. And that to me is, man, that's a receiver. Guys that'll do everything for you. That's why we love St. Brown, you know, and Leaf and these guys. JMO, I mean, they'll stick their face in there, but then in the pass game, man, they show up for you.
Well, yeah. I mean, this team, you know, does all the dirty stuff. You know, I mean, I remember, I think it was the Tampa Bay game last year when who came from out of nowhere and delivered that? Craig Reynolds delivered that block to spring Amon-Ra. I mean, this team fights for each other. Everybody does their job and more. But that's what this culture has created.
This culture has created, and I'm excited. You know, once you get into Sunday for the Detroit Lions, today for the Chiefs and the Ravens, you're tired of practicing against your own team. You're tired of playing against your own team in training camp. You know what you really can't do? You really can't hit. Like, you really can't go out there and put everything you have into a hit. Like when your defense going against your players, you want to keep your players safe but tackle to the ground. That's tough. It's confusing. Now they can go out there on Sunday and they can unleash what they want to do. You talk about Craig Reynolds. I'm glad that Dan Campbell took a second to think, because you know the name he was looking for, J-Mo. I was like, I know he's looking for J-Mo. I know he's looking for J-Mo. And then when he said it, it makes you feel good, but you know that J-Mo is that type of wide receiver. When you got players that play for each other, whether it's doing the dirty work, going downfield, the lineman blocking on every play and not complaining about it, the running game. David Montgomery told us before he got here last year, he couldn't wait to do whatever was needed to win games. That culture, Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell, you can't give them enough credit for the guys they bring in, but also the guys that flourish within this developmental system.
Oh, man, it's here. It's here. Their plan, they said they're going to be competitive in 3 years. They were. They were competitive in 2 years. It's year 4. They are exactly where this team had planned to be. For the first time in Lions fans' history that were born after the 50s, you've got a real NFL team. I'll say it again. You've got a real NFL team. There are people all over this country picking the Lions to be in the Super Bowl. Remember how we used to always say, we just wish the Lions were in the top 15, top 16 on the left-hand side of any kind of ledger that they put up. Top teams, top quarterbacks, top running backs, whatever. You've got a top 3 team, flat out. If they stay healthy and they play like they've been playing and there's no reason to think that they won't, sure, they're going to get every team's best game, but that's okay because you have the best players. Best players are more than likely going to win. More than likely, best players will beat other teams' players. I cannot wait. This Rams team is good. They're going to be a challenge. They're going to be hungry. You know, Stafford is – I don't think he probably won a game more than this one, besides the Super Bowl he won. He wanted that game last year so bad, and they came up short, barely. He wants this game so bad. His wife is home with the kids. They didn't travel. You're going to tell me that this guy is not freaking starving to win this game? I said it. I'll say it again. Win this game, and the rest of the season will be right there for you. If you lose this game, sure, you're going to do fine. You'll be okay. But this is a very important game, if you ask me.
Yeah, I'm with Maz on that. I think this is a must-win game, and I know it's the first game of the year, and I know it's too much pressure. No, it's not. This is a must-win game. It's an NFC game. It's Stafford. It's everything on the line, and not to mention, it's who you told us you were. It's who you told us you were. Brad Holmes came to the podium, and he said, Super Bowl. Super Bowl. But, like, this is what the GM of the team says, so I don't think you're wrong. If you would have – you know how sometimes in the dream state you can figure out you're in a dream because things don't make sense? If I'd have woke up today, which I did – thank God.
Thank God for that.
Thank God for that.
Right.
I looked in the magazine, or I looked on site, and I saw 3 of 7 people pick the NFL line. I mean, the Lions. I can't remember which was it. Each CBS or Sports
Doesn't matter.
Kyle
We're all
Brandt,
picking them.
too.
I would have went back to sleep. I'm like, it's BS. Yeah, I'm still, but it is the real deal. Let me ask you a question. This is what I was getting to. What is a fair result for the Lions this year that wouldn't piss you off? Like, is it
where I wouldn't be pissed off?
Do they have to make the Super Bowls to make you happy?
Yes. To make me happy?
Or not happy, but you get what I'm saying. Like that's where they should
to be satisfied with the season.
Excuse me, the floor.
Yeah.
So is your floor the Super Bowl?
My floor is the NFC Championship game.
So if they lose an NFC Championship game,
depending upon how they lose
it's
and where that game is.
If they're in it, because I'm saying like
if that game's at home, I'm going to be real mad. If that game is in a crazy Philadelphia, I will absolutely, you'll
be okay.
I'll be okay.
The reason I asked the question is because the Lions took so long to get here. So long to get here, and now they're here. I hear a lot of people say if they lose the NFC Championship, like I'm out, or I'm that's. Everyone expects them to win the Super Bowl, which means they expect them to get to the Super Bowl. So I was asking, is it fair expectations to be disappointed if they lose the NFC Championship?
I don't believe that you're entitled to just have this natural period of ascension.
Linear.
Linear thing. Like, you got a shot now.
Okay.
You know, there are only so many years where you have an opportunity, and this is that year.
Yeah.
Maybe next year. Like, I think the Lions are going to be good for a while, but this sets up real nice for them this year. Okay. Do it this year.
Maz?
Go ahead, Maz, please.
I want them to be in the Super Bowl for the first time in their history. Would I be disappointed if they didn't make the Super Bowl? Of course. But if they make a playoff run, win a couple more games in the playoffs, and then wind up not getting to the Super Bowl, I'm at peace with that, knowing that they're still trending upwards. This is a young team, very young team. Even your quarterback is young, although he should be peaking right now. Jared Goff should be peaking. And I'm going to show you guys a quarterback. Can I do this now, Pete?
You can.
You got the quarterback list, Pete, that I put up a little bit later in the show?
Okay, I'll get it for you.
Let's put this up. This is, I think it's Pro Football Talk.
Yeah, let me zoom in on it for you.
Look where they have Jared Goff on list of quarterbacks.
17th.
To me, that is a freaking disgrace.
Yeah.
And you said it yesterday, Braylon.
Yeah.
When are you going to start looking at this guy like he is a top 10 quarterback, not a top 20 quarterback? To me, that's an insult. And Jared Goff, probably someone's going to send that to him. Someone's going to send that to him. I think that's laughable by Mr. NBC,
He's
Mike
top
Florio.
10 in all QB categories.
17th?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Sorry, guys.
30?
Okay.
He ain't 17th.
Let me ask you, leave that up there, Pete, for a
You
second.
got it, buddy.
Let me just ask you this question, and this isn't me agreeing with it. This is me playing devil's advocate. We talk so much about the Lions as a team. They're a great team.
Yeah.
Like, their offense is one of the best offenses. Like, they're a team through that offense, whether it's Penei Sewell, the offensive line, Jameer and David, Amon-Ra, Sam Laporta, they're a team. And Jared Goff's a part of that team. The 16 guys in front of him, if you did that, who would you pick?
I could easily not. Ready? I'll tell you who goes below him. You ready?
Murray, Lawrence, Smith, Rogers, Purdy.
Herbert.
Easy.
Herbert.
Okay, Herbert.
Tua. Murray.
Okay.
Lawrence. Geno Smith.
I'm
Brock
putting him
Purdy,
above
I would
Jordan
put on
Love.
equal terms with Goff right now.
Yeah.
But those 5 clowns belong under him, for sure, if you ask me.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence over him that's a travesty. Come on now.
No, the worst travesty is
That's a
Geno
travesty.
Smith.
Geno
Well,
Smith.
yeah,
Geno
that's
Smith.
pretty big.
He's
yeah.
a freaking, forget it.
Let me.
And Goff got
Let
more
me-
playoff wins than a lot of people on this list. I get the ability.
Right.
If we
Yeah.
talking ability, then sure. But Goff has done more than a lot of these quarterbacks.
If you put Jared Goff in Miami, can he do what Tua does?
If they block for
Yes,
him,
absolutely.
hell yeah.
I think so. With the type of receivers they have,
Oh, yeah.
yes.
And the running
Oh, yeah.
backs.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Gino, I don't agree with. Okay.
Guys, it is my turn.
Oh, he's excited. the hell with us.
Right, we
the
did.
hell with what you're talking about.
We did Maz's picks on Tuesday.
Right.
Yeah.
We did Braylon's picks on
Yesterday.
Wednesday. Today, yours truly is up with some great predictions that I think will ring true. We'll do that for you coming up next. But first, a message from Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC. What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. They're located in Ferndale on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. And if you're looking for a Chevy or a Cadillac, Les Stanford in Dearborn, where they have been on Michigan Avenue for over 55 years. You can find the brand you want under one umbrella. LesStanford.com, LesStanford.com.
Together, let's drive.
And you can drive to the best pregame show, Lions party ever. And that's what we're going to be doing here at Woodward Sports. If you want to know where that best pregame Lions party is going to be on September 8th, you can join us at Detroit's very own Second Best Bar, located at 42 Watson Street for the ultimate fan experience. Enjoy some smooth Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey while catching the Woodward Sports pregame show only at the Second Best Bar. And you can come get some.
Oh.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody!
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
Oh, let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports.
Right now, more than ever, it's critical for you to have your insurance reviewed, and Swiss Insurance will make sure that your carrier is not slipping in those extra fees. Call Mark at Swiss Insurance today, 313-530-1698, or head to SwissINS.com, Bray.
Come on over to Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential. That's why I'm wearing this purple today, because I'm trying to get you guys involved with fitness being essential. With over 50 locations in Metro Detroit, Planet Fitness is the gym for you. It's squeaky clean and awesome. There's no judgment. You can work out at your own pace. Come in, get your pump on, you know what I'm saying, a little left, a little right, at your own pace. Do what you want to do. Nobody's stopping you. And then also, every membership comes complete with a trainer. So you can have guys, women, point you in the right direction, get your fitness on, and get in shape for the fall. Because once again, summer will be coming soon. Get in shape, Planet Fitness.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
excited.
children of all ages. Are you ready for this? KG, hit me with a little beat.
I got you.
Braylon, Maz, Spivak, KG.
Yes, sir.
Buckle up.
Here we go. Buckle up.
Yeah.
Game-by-game predictions for the Detroit Lions. I have gone back and forth, back and forth, back and forth in this game. I think this is the most pivotal game in the Lions season, the opener against the Rams. And I've got them winning that game. I've got them with a W. Okay. And I did not do that lightly. I just believe that this team at home is going to make a play down the stretch to win the game. I think it's going to be close. I don't know if they're going to cover it, but they could win by 1 or 2. I got them winning that game.
Yep.
I've got them winning the second game against the Bucs. This game also is a very difficult one. I believe in the Arizona Cardinals this year, but I've got them going on the road and winning at Arizona. Coming back home on Monday Night Football, beating the Seahawks 4-0 at the bye. When you sit down and look at this schedule, and Maz, you had touched on it a little bit. When you just look, roster for roster, quarterback for quarterback, team for team, playmaker for playmaker, it is really hard to sit there and pick against the Detroit Lions. If healthy, I do believe they can win or should win almost every game they play. Forget about could win.
Right.
Should win almost every game they play.
I think they'll be favored in most games.
Yeah.
And at worst, a 3 or 4 point underdog to any team on there.
Right.
Max.
Injuries notwithstanding.
That means you could win every game.
I do have them losing
I don't
at
like this
Dallas
one.
after the bye.
I don't like that one.
The only reason I have them losing at Dallas after the bye, well, there's two. One, I don't believe they're going to go 17-0.
Correct.
Right.
And two, until they actually win a game at Dallas, I cannot in good conscience say they're going to win a game at Dallas.
I hear you.
So that's that. I believe they're going to beat the Vikings in Minnesota. Then come home. This is another tough game for me. I like the Titans this year. I absolutely do. I'm one of the few, but I like the Titans this year. They'll win that game. And then at Green Bay, this is one that's going to set the tone for the second half of the season and perhaps the playoffs, and potentially could be playing for home field advantage. They beat the Packers. So first half of the season, 7-1.
Yeah.
7-1. I've got them losing at Houston. I think Houston's a good team, but I think they're going to fall back a little bit this year, Houston. I really do. Nonetheless, losing the game at Houston. I think that's a nationally televised game, the game at Houston. Maybe even a Monday Night Football game, perhaps.
It is.
Got them beating the Jags. I've got them losing to the Indianapolis Colts. I really like Indy this year. Indianapolis was a 4th down and 2 drop away from winning the division, and Houston not even making the playoffs. So I like Indy this year. Bears, Packers, back-to-back wins in the division. The game against the Bills, Week 15, win. You go to Chicago, win. I've got them losing at San Francisco. I didn't like to do this. I think they'll want some retribution for last year. They've proven that they can win, they've proven that they can play good football there, at least for 30 minutes. I've got them losing this game too, and then coming back home and beating the Vikings. I could not give them 14 wins. 13 is as high as they could go, and I think this is their ceiling. I've got the Detroit Lions winning 13 games, 13-4 this season. Gentlemen?
I don't have a problem with it. Look, I wrote some notes down as you were talking. 13-4, that's actually what I had last year, and I was off by one, so it very, very is possible. You look at the schedule, you look how it lines up. You said it. Roster by roster, the Lions are better than pretty much every team they're going to play this year, with the exception of maybe one. So it's very fair to say that. Man, as I look back at the 2010 season when I was with the Jets, we went 11-5.
Yep.
We lost games in which we were better than the other team, though. We lost to the Packers 0-9. We were better than the Packers at that time. We just couldn't put the ball in the end zone. Baltimore, opening night, we were better than Baltimore. We lost 9-10. We lost to the Dolphins that didn't even make the playoffs that year. But just the team and looking at the matchup doesn't tell the story. The Dolphins and the Jets have a rivalry. Yeah. The Vikings and the Lions, the Bears and the Lions. You never know the storyline. So 13-4 is possible. 15-2 is possible. But once you just start to look at the things, there are going to be some traps here and there. 13-4 is very possible.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the game that you have lost. I think we all have the 49ers. We all had the Colts. We all had the Texans, which means they're probably going to win those games.
That'll be good.
Right.
Now it'd be good. But Cowboys is the only game that and I understand all the reason. Cowboys is the one game on the schedule that next to, because I don't think the Lions care about the Rams. Now let me say it like that. I don't want to start an uproar with the Rams. They beat the Rams. They're not looking at it like that. The Dallas Cowboys are a team that I think is circled on the Lions schedule, Dan Campbell's schedule, all the players' schedule, and all the fans' schedule. That's the one I think that they're not going to lose that game.
And they're coming off the bye for that one. So Braylon had 11 wins. I had 12. You had 13. If they win any of those, I'm happy with that season.
13, they're the number one seed in the NFL. 12,
they might win the division.
Number 2, and 11, they'll be a division winner, but maybe 4 seed.
Right, exactly.
KG? Sorry, Maz.
No, it's okay.
I love the list.
It's all right. I think you did really well. Like I said, I think they're going to beat the Cowboys.
How good are the Colts going to be this year?
But it's hard. We all picked against the Colts, right? We all picked them to lose. And people are on a check. Colts, speaking Colts, they're 55-1 to win the Super Bowl. But you got to pick a loss. You can't. They're not the 72 Dolphins, guys.
Right.
You're gonna lose. You're gonna lose some games. So pick your poison. Yeah. Which games do you pick that they're gonna lose? Are they gonna sweep the Bears? That's tough. Are they gonna sweep the Packers? That's tough. Other than that, Brian, I'm waiting to see how far you got them going.
KG, Pete, you want to weigh in?
Nah, this is great. The only loss I disagree with is the Cowboys loss, but this is right around where I got the Lions too. So.
Ryan, I do like your list. I think that 7-1 to start the season is probably correct. The only thing I'm concerned about, like you, are the Titans. I think that Titans game is going to be more. The Titans, to me, are going to be like a second-half ball club this year. I watch for them late in games coming back and ruining your spread or leads late. And I think that on the back end. Yeah, I think you're spot on there, Ryan. Aside from the Titans game could be a toss-up.
Pete, you gotta stop buying that Ermanni digest.
Hey, no,
you gotta stop buying
he knows his stuff, man.
You guys and these Titans.
All right, here we go. Let me do the NFC. NFC predictions on the heels of the Lions season totals. With the 13 wins, I have the Lions with the number 1 seed in the NFC. I have Atlanta winning the South. I think Atlanta, if you look at their schedule this year, it is a cupcake schedule. I've got them as the 2 seed, okay?
The South is begging to be won by somebody.
The Philadelphia Eagles, I've got them winning the East.
I see you with the Rams on there.
And then the Los Angeles Rams are going to win the NFC West. That team, to me, is a really good football team. You could swap out L.A. and Philadelphia 3 and 4. That's going to be really tough. I think both of those teams are going to win somewhere around 11 or 12 games. I think that's what's looking good. And then you look at the wild cards, guys. Here they are.
Yep.
The San Francisco 49ers I have as a wild card. Green Bay and Chicago. I think I have come around on Chicago a little bit here because, again, as you sit and look at the schedules and as you sit and look at these playoff teams, I mean, I've gone through this, and the team that I struggled with the most when it came to that 7th wild card was the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Yeah.
What am I going to do with Tampa Bay, and what am I going to do with Arizona? I really like the Cardinals this year. I think Kyler Murray is going to have a really, really good year and keep that Arizona Cardinals team in the hunt, as we like to say, for a long time. So Arizona was a team for me. Tampa Bay was a team for me. And if you want to, just out of respect, Washington, the Commanders, the football team, those, I think it's fair to say that Washington, Chicago, Arizona, and Tampa Bay, based on my division winners, one of those 4 teams is going to get that final playoff berth, to me.
We all have the same teams.
Yeah.
I know Braylon changed the Falcons to the Bucks, but other than that, we got the same teams in the NFC. We really do. They're all there.
The NFC this year will be like it did 2 years ago. The NFC, remember the AFC came out, the NFC was supposed to be weak. 2 years ago, the NFC actually being the stronger conference last year, 2 years ago. I think that's how it's going to be this year. I don't know necessarily stronger, but I think the NFC is going to be a lot better than people think. And I think those decisions on that 6, 7, 8, 9 spot are going to come down to the end. But the Rams, I love that pick, Ryan. I'm telling you like this. Matt LaFleur, Ben Johnson are the only 2 people that scare Kyle Shanahan. They're the only 2 people to play. You know who gets to see him twice a year, though? It's his best friend, Sean McVay. Sean McVay knows how to beat Kyle Shanahan. It's the only scare to him in that division. And I think this is the year that they take that stance. They haven't had that congruency, a lot of bumpy roads, a lot of distractions. We'll see who that team is, but I think the Rams are a team in the NFC West.
And, of course, the Lions over the Green Bay Packers. I do believe you're going to see the Lions in New Orleans in the Super Bowl. On the AFC side, division winners, Kansas City, Baltimore, New York Jets, and Indianapolis Colts. I have the Colts winning the division this year behind Anthony Richardson. That player, you forget how good he was early on when he wasn't, before he got injured. That team was on its way to win that division. I think the Jets are going to win the East. Look, that defense last year, they had no quarterback. Okay, think of the worst offense in the history of the league, and they won 7 games.
The 08 Lions.
Okay, think of the worst offense in the history of the league. They couldn't. I don't think in 14 games, they scored less than 20 points.
Yeah.
You think Aaron Rodgers can get them to 20? If Aaron Rodgers can get them to 20, the Jets are going to win 12 games, 11 games.
I hear you. It's just about him staying healthy.
Just about him staying healthy.
That'll be awesome.
Absolutely. So those are my 4 wild card teams. My 4 division winners. Cincinnati, Houston, and the LA Chargers.
Okay.
Harbaugh, first year.
Card.
So you threw out the Dolphins.
I threw out the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are going to take a step back. I almost threw out the Texans.
Wow. That's crazy.
I think the Texans are going to take a step back this year.
They got better.
I understand.
They got better.
Okay.
I understand. Again, I just feel to have a natural very few teams just have this linear path up without any sort of step back.
Yeah.
Okay?
The Lions technically
But you know the ones that do, when they get it right, as you always tell me, they got the quarterback and the offensive coordinator.
That's right. There's no doubt about it. So we'll see. I did put him in.
You did.
All that being said, I did put him in.
Yeah.
And no Buffalo either.
No Buffalo.
Oh, yeah.
And no Cowboys prior in the NFC.
Yeah.
None of us have the Cowboys. None of us have
frauds you just named.
Good.
I don't have Cleveland in as well.
That's right. My Browns.
So
Deshaun Watson, peak year.
So yeah, I mean that's where I stand. And Jets over Kansas City, much like Tom Brady.
There will be no three-peat.
Right. Well, again, this is a history thing for me, really. It's never happened in the history of the league, a three-peat.
Right.
So, again, kind of like the Lions winning a game at Dallas, until I see a three-peat, I can't say that there's going to be a three-peat.
Yeah.
So I've got Aaron Rodgers and the Jets over Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes.
So you basically have my nightmare Super Bowl.
The Lions
I can't wait.
And the Jets in the Super Bowl, and I have the Lions.
You darn right.
Winning. Beating Aaron Rodgers.
This would be poetic.
Sending him packing goodbye.
Yes.
Will Kirby Joseph have an interception?
Again.
Yeah. It's for the second time.
Right?
I'll tell you this now. If this is the
Lions, baby.
Yeah.
If this is the Super Bowl, unfortunately, y'all know where I'm. Y'all know what
That's
side
cool.
I am.
Absolutely.
That's
They pay
cool.
you still.
I know what you're
Right.
doing.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Whoever's paying you,
That's
that's
still
who
a
you
paid
root for.
employee.
Right.
You'll be in New Orleans.
Yeah, it's gonna
Right.
be fun. The Big Easy. My nickname is Be Easy, so
Yeah.
there it is.
If it was Lions Browns, we know where you stand.
Braylon,
so.
please.
Lions.
Yeah, we
Braylon.
know that.
Lions.
We know that.
Please tell Brittany you're taking me. Please.
I'm gonna tell her now. You heard that.
Please.
Tom Masway already put his bid
Thank
in for
you.
the Super Bowl. So
Sorry.
just had to-
Sorry, Britt.
Sorry, Brady.
What are you,
Maz
Newman?
put it out there, man. Maz, you move fast.
That's
I have
fantastic,
to. I have
man.
to.
That
Yeah.
is so great. But yeah, I've got the Lions winning the Super Bowl. I would be very disappointed if they didn't make it to the Super Bowl. I'll tell you, Bray, you asked me in the last segment, and I tried to just downplay it a little bit in advance of my predictions.
Okay.
I think I would be very disappointed with the year if they did not make the Super Bowl because of how everything sets up for them. You know, I mean, Jordan Love, a second-year guy. I do think there are problems in Philadelphia with that offensive line, with that coach. I just don't think they've got the right coach.
I don't like him. I agree.
I think Atlanta is still a year away, perhaps, from being a really special team. They're a good team, but are they a special team? I think there's some time there. So I just look. I mean, it's one of those instances where you've got to strike while the iron is hot, and the iron is hot in Detroit.
The good thing about it, Maz, KGP, is it's not just picking a team because you're in the city.
Yeah.
Like picking the Lions to win the Super Bowl isn't just because, we're Detroiters, we're cheering for the Lions. No, we've watched the process. We've watched what they've done from 2021 to last season, to the offseason of this, to the offseason of after last season, to this game, to this point, the moves that they made and how they done it. It's a real deal. To pick them to win the Super Bowl, it's not biasness. It's the truth. You look at everybody, look at all the outlets. Like, they have everything that they need to potentially win the Super Bowl. And if they don't, they left themselves $38 million to make a move at the trade deadline.
Right.
So I think in every facet of what you need to do, where you need to be at to start the season to win the Super Bowl, the Lions are ahead of schedule.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. All right, guys. So there you have it with the Lions. And again, this is one of those years where it starts with that first game against the Rams, and the Rams. You look back at that playoff game from a year ago. It was a 24-23 game. Late in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
I mean, they had to get a stop.
And they were driving.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's just one of those things where if they win that game against the Rams, they win 13. If they lose the game, I think they could win 11. You know, that's how big of a game
Absolutely.
that is.
I totally agree with you. To have the two first home games against the playoff teams that you beat last year is pretty ingenious for the NFL to set it up that way.
What a script.
It is a hell of a script. A hell of a script. Speaking of that, Dan Campbell, of course, we don't have that with us, but he did another commercial. Did you see?
Yeah, I did.
Did you see his next commercial? I like this first one better than this one. This one is he's sort of coaching up the staff, and I'm sure everyone has probably seen it already. But Applebee's and Dan Campbell really putting on a show here.
He said there was going to be more to come, and
Yep.
there was more to come. But,
It's
getting
fun.
a lot of love.
You see those coaches that we talked about, kind of like the old school coaches, Andy Reid, but like they don't want to do those things, but when they present themselves, man, they're pretty good at it. I think Andy Reid and his commercials has done a good job, like you said. And for Dan, it's a chance to show some of that personality. It's a way to get away from the game a little bit. I like him.
Hey, yesterday, it was 2 days ago in practice when Jahmyr Gibbs was at practice. The reporters are out there. The players were there for the reporters. So Jahmyr Gibbs, someone asked him about Jamison Williams. Here's Jahmyr Gibbs on J-Mo.
I feel really good about it, especially J-Mo, like you said. I can't wait to see him. He's been, lights out throughout the whole offseason and coming into practice today, so I'm excited to see him.
Everyone is on the J-Mo wagon,
Everybody's
guys.
excited.
Everyone is on the J-Mo wagon,
literally.
including himself, where he says, they ask him, what are your goals? He's like, I want to be the best receiver. I want to have the most yards, the most touchdowns this year. The kid he's an infectious kid. You can't not like Jamison Williams. His laugh, his smile, everything about this kid is pointing in the right direction. 2 touchdowns in the NFC Championship games. Everything is pointed in his favor, Bray.
I'm excited. It was when I got to the Jets in 2010, Dave Harris, University of Michigan, linebacker, had a great career, 11 seasons, man. He's a guy he's a what-if guy. He got hurt twice in college. But anyway, he pulled me to the side and he said, look, I'm so glad you're here, man. I can't wait till they can see what you can do. Like, I remember what you were like in Michigan. I remember the Pro Bowl year. Like, now you're on the squad. I can't wait to see it. That's J-Mo's teammates. You don't think Terry and Arnold and Jahmyr Gibbs and Brian Branch remember what J-Mo was at Alabama? Remember what it was like guarding him in practice? Remember what it was like watching LSU or Georgia or whoever? They know who J-Mo is. So when you interview Jahmyr Gibbs, he's like, man, y'all, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. He's like, y'all can't, it's going to be on the pop. They know who Jamison is, and they understand why he went 12 2 years ago and why they moved up 20. Those 3 are laughing because those are the 3 that's like, wait till y'all see how good he is.
Yeah.
Don't say we didn't tell you.
You know who we don't talk about at all?
Antoine Gray.
Another guy.
David Montgomery.
David Montgomery.
Yes, Monty.
This guy's like the forgotten guy.
Yeah.
Here's what Alex Anzalone had to say about the Lions running back. I mean, this dude's a stud.
Yep.
Which player is on your shirt, by the way?
It's David.
I got this shirt last year. I just put it on. I guess that's what we do around here.
What have you seen from him in camp? Because just from watching on the side, he seems bigger, stronger, faster, and everything.
Yeah, I'd say this. I'm happy training camp is over just for that reason. Just, we go live in training camp here and practice, and I'm tired of tackling him and attempting to tackle him too. So I think that, he's one of the running backs that have, if going against him for years and then seeing him in person in practice on my team and how he works and how he competes, it's definitely, I'm excited for him. I'd put it that way. I'm excited for him this year, and, I expect him to have a huge year.
I expect him to have a big year,
Me
too.
too.
I mean, we talk about Jahmyr Gibbs and J-Mo.
They're a two-headed
and everything.
monster.
Yeah. Absolutely. No doubt. So I think
Add
he's...
Sione Vaki to that.
Well, right. And it elongates your career, too, when you got guys that you can count on, other guys. One more thing, Matt. Set us up with this one.
Sure.
Terry and Arnold before we do Braylon's Top 10.
The Lions put out a little video today. It's Terry and Arnold and Kirby Joseph, a young 11-year-old student in the middle of them, interviewing them. They each got chocolate milk in front of them. She's kind of talking to them about who's the sloppier guy, who's the funnier guy. Cute video here from the Lions on Twitter.
It's an experiment because this is a new cookie. I done ate my other one. Chocolate chip with unknown cooking material.
You like Oreos or chocolate chip better?
Oreos.
What about you?
Definitely Oreos.
Dang. Who got the messiest locker?
Jordan, we can't be messy like that. I can't just put my teammates out. I can tell you who got the cleanest locker, though.
Messy. Who got the cleanest locker?
Me. I just cleaned it today.
I'm about to go clean mine right now.
How old you is, Jordan?
I'm 11.
11? So that mean you in 6th grade?
No, I'm in 5th.
5th? That mean y'all still have recess, don't y'all? Y'all play kickball? Sharks and minnows?
I don't know what that is.
What? You don't know what sharks and minnows is?
Generation changing.
You ever play with the parachute with the all colors around?
That, yeah.
You know what a blockbuster is?
What's your favorite movie is?
You don't know what no blockbuster is.
It's where you get movies. What sports did you play growing up?
I played football, basketball, soccer, track, and I even played a little bit of tennis.
Start the cap.
I played a little bit of tennis. I ain't
Start the cap.
Look, I went out.
What's your favorite thing about living in Detroit, Michigan?
My favorite thing about being in Detroit is being here with my teammates, man.
Yeah, I feel like the community is pretty great. And I like the Coney Islands. They cool.
I love these guys,
How
man.
great is that?
Yeah.
I love this team.
Yeah.
This is such a together team. They're like a brotherhood, man. They're a family. you can't really say that about a lot of these teams. This, from the top all the way to the practice squad, number 69 on the practice squad, they are a together team. I cannot wait for Sunday Night Football.
And I cannot wait for Braylon's Top 10. It's a Top 10 Thursday. We'll do that next. Sure. But first, a message from KDK Law, dealing with divorce, child custody, visitation, other family law issues. Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law in Birmingham will have your back. 10-plus years of experience, 24/7 availability. Scan the QR code on your screen or call 248-971-0476, 248-971-0476. Say Woodward Sports sent you, and KDK will pay your filing fee. KDK Law, they've got your back.
And somebody else who's also got your back is Guardian Alarm. And what happens when you see that black and yellow sign out in front of your house? It tells the bad guys one thing.
Stay out.
Let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real experts 24/7. Professional monitoring and technology backed by people. These people have been proven to care, and this technology has been proven to work. So call 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out,
Call them today. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you. We're coming right back.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had to spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How?
Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at RandyWiseChevy.com.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
Oh, let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Trying out Planet Fitness, and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Hey, guys, are you dreaming of a new home but feeling a financial pinch? Well, join the crowd, right, guys? Mark White and Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. $5,000. That's right. Call Mark White and Associates today, 248-290-8242, and hit him up online as well at markwhitesells.com. And again, call Mark White today, 248-290-8242. to make your dreams come true, Rye.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, awesome is when a guy can be a guy and get an amazing haircut. That's Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Stop in, sit back, relax. Let one of Lady Jane's talented stylists make you look and feel great. You could walk in anytime, 7 days a week. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome. Hey, welcome back, Woodward Sports Network. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, Tom Mazaway, KG, Pete Spivak. You know what time it is.
Right.
It is hour number 2 of the program. Thanks for coming in. And by the way, it is also a Top 10 Thursday. Ooh. Braylon Edwards.
Top 10 Thursday. We're going to switch it up. I told you earlier in the show, we, Maz and Ryan both they both sent the highlight of the Texas Rose Bowl in 2005, and it sparked some memories. And I figured we just kind of like go back down memory lane a little bit and talk about that game, and talk about some of the highlights, some of the players in that game. One of the things that stood out for me. Are we gonna show this video?
Yeah, we'll take a chance. How about that?
You know what? Let's take a chance. Yeah, I'm going up there on that board. And 3 touchdowns. I'm like, yo, it's going to happen. We're going to go up there. But Vince Young had other things. He had other plans. That still is a game, which I don't know how we lost. But, when Georgia plays Alabama or these big games, they talk about how many first-round picks or how many NFL players were, in the game. You look at that Texas team. Oh, these are the stats. Don't get it twisted now. 3 touchdowns, Ryan. That is the Rose Bowl record.
Yeah.
It is a
Is
Rose.
it still?
It is. It's,
wow.
Tied? Jackson Smith and Jigba tied it, and I think Keyshawn Johnson did it the first time.
Wow. Look at Mike Hart, one catch, 4 yards.
100%. This is crazy. So Cedric Griffin was first-round pick, same year as me. He played DB for them.
Cooked him.
100%. Michael Huff, remember that name? The Raiders, first-round pick, cooked him. Aaron Ross, first-round pick. They had 4 guys in their secondary that went first round. 4 guys they picked, man.
Keith Jackson, when you caught that one in the back of the end zone, he's like, that's a man against board. Right there.
Cedric Benson was that game. Rest in peace to him. Roderick Wright went first round. Derek Johnson, longtime linebacker for the Kansas City Chiefs. Put up Hall of Fame numbers, probably won't get in, and all the people from Michigan, whether it was Leon Hall, first rounder, Marlon Jackson, myself. Mike Hart was in that game, Prescott Burgess, Lamar Woodley was in that game. That was a game. We should not have lost that game.
No.
We should have that.
They had a Superman.
I don't understand what defensive coordinator was thinking. He who should not be named. They went zone with a spy, first down, second down. You keep Vince Young because he couldn't really throw at that point. He was okay as a passing quarterback. You keep him in the pocket, we were great. He couldn't do anything.
Was that Jim Herman?
You said it, I did.
Well, I thought it was
Every
Jim Herman.
third down, they went blitz. Why would you blitz Vince Young? He ended up with 192 yards rushing. 2 touchdowns. I think he had 1 passing touchdown.
And the winning touchdown,
he deserved. He did it again the very next year in the same venue to USC.
Yep.
I didn't feel so bad when he did to USC.
Chad Henne, man, because he couldn't beat Ohio State. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's his career at Michigan anyway.
Couple Super Bowls.
Which among the great quarterbacks at Michigan, but just goes to show you the importance of winning that game at the end of the year, at the end of the regular season. Just makes all the difference when it comes down to who you are and how you're remembered and everything like that.
How close were those games? Do you remember? The Ohio State losses?
I mean, go back to 2006 game alone. I mean, at Ohio State, a personal foul penalty was really the difference in that.
Was that the Ohio referee? Or was that a different one? No, that was the Harbaugh Ohio
That was
referee.
a Devin Gardner game, I think. Yeah. No, Devin Gardner was the
No, that was still Chad.
That was a Harbaugh, yeah.
That was Sean Crable.
Man.
On the sideline.
Yeah,
that was Sean Crable. But yeah, you look at it, my 4 years there, freshman year, we lost by 4.
2-2?
I wish.
Oh, really?
1-3.
Oh, man.
We lost by 4 my freshman year. We lost by 4 my senior, my sophomore year. Won by 14 my junior year, and then we lost by 10 my senior year.
Damn.
Either of those games could, except my senior year. My senior year, they kicked our ass.
Really?
And we were a better team.
Right. Where was that game senior year?
It was in Columbus.
Yeah.
We were a better team. I want to say that win, Ryan, put them at 7 wins.
If you could.
Really?
Yeah, the win against us put them at 7.
So that was a weak Ohio State team.
It was a coming out party for Beanie Wells and Troy Smith.
Man. Senior year, you could pick where you want to play, at Ohio State or at Michigan. Where would you want to play your senior year Ohio State game?
At Ohio State.
At Ohio State.
I want to take this.
Yeah, right.
I want to take this. So it was amazing doing it my junior year, being out there, everybody coming on. I got a chance to do the Rose deal, like Charles Woodson, like Will Johnson was done lately. The Michigan effect, the Rose effect. But it's something about beating those guys down. So I've heard. It's something about beating those guys down there. You got 110,000 drunk Ohioans, drunk off and just mad at you, mad at the world.
Bunch
the players.
of drunks.
I want it. Like I'm trying to tip the bus over and all that. I want that, because then you can say, "Oh, my senior year, we went down there. We brought it back and we took the title." So I would say Ohio State. I would say playing at Columbus.
Just for lay people like me.
Yeah.
Okay. how does a guy like Reggie Bush was probably the best athlete I've ever seen with these two eyes.
Best college player, most exciting college player I ever saw.
Vince Young was probably the best quarterback I've ever seen with these two eyes. Neither of those guys, and Reggie had a nice career, but neither of those guys translated really to the NFL. How does that happen when you are so? We're not talking about just great players.
Yeah.
We're talking about two of the best to ever do it in the 100-year history of college football. How does that happen? Can you explain to regular people like me how you could go from being the best ever to do it to just being okay?
It's two different things. With Vince Young, offensive systems, they weren't ready for the running quarterback yet. Like, don't get me wrong. You had Culpepper kind of. You had McNabb a little bit.
Culpepper was like a drop back guy, though.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. So, you had black quarterbacks.
I think people just assume because you're a black quarterback you can run, to be honest with you.
Right,
it's
100%.
Just not the case.
Thank you. It's not the case. Yeah, there's a couple quarterbacks in the league that can't run. But with that being said, Michael Vick was an enigma. Like, the Falcons didn't know what to do with Michael Vick. They just knew give him the ball and let him make some plays, and he was a better passer than people thought. But the systems weren't ready for the mobile quarterback. Vince Young's a running quarterback. Like, make no bones about it. It is not disrespectful to say he's a running quarterback, kind of passed a little bit. I don't think the NFL was ready for a system like that. That's why he struggled after the Pro Bowl year, his first year. Reggie Bush was never, I think the aspirations and the expectations were too high.
Yeah.
Reggie Bush wasn't a starting running back at USC, even when he won the Heisman. Lindell White was a running back. He's through the tackles. Lindell Wright ran for 1,700 when Reggie rushed for 1,500. Reggie was just the Weapon X. He could play running back. He could play receiver. He was a damn good kick and punt returner. So he did everything, and that's what he was for the Saints. He did a lot of amazing things for the Saints. He had 2 1,000-yard seasons as a rusher with the Dolphins. Had a 1,000-yard season up here with the Lions. So,
but that's a great point. Just looking at Reggie Bush's, think of who Reggie Bush was in college, and then in the NFL. 565 yards, 581 yards, 404 yards, 390 yards, 150 yards, 1,086, 986, 1,006, 297, 28, and then -3.
But with the now look at receiving yards. Now look at return yards, and you add to his numbers.
Okay.
Kind of like to set up what he was at USC.
Somewhere around.
He just wasn't a superstar like he was in college.
He just wasn't he wasn't a running back. He wasn't a starting running back. Right. He wasn't the guy who would come in and be Barry Sanders or Emmitt Smith.
If he played now, he might be Jahmyr Gibbs.
If he played now, he'd be the best player in the NFL because this is what the league has gone to. These types of players like Jahmyr Gibbs, and I don't think this is a crazy prediction I'm throwing out there. Jahmyr Gibbs is going over 2,000 yards this year from scrimmage.
I hope you're right.
Like he's going over 2,000.
He may.
Reggie would be predicated for that system, but I believe in Jahmyr. I think he's going to go 2,000 yards or more.
That would be awesome, man.
He may.
Congratulations on that great game against Texas.
Yeah, nice job, Ray. We're going to put that up again.
But it goes to show you what
we'll put that up again.
Football games are, or like the accolades, 3 touchdowns and all that. I'm still pissed we lost.
Sure.
I'd rather have 30 yards, no catches, or 30 yards, 2 catches, and a win.
Do you have that jersey still?
I do, actually.
Let's see, Bray. You got 3 touchdowns. That's 6 points apiece. That's 18. You got 100 yards.
What were the other 7 catches?
You're like a 30-point fantasy guy, Bray.
What did he have on the fantasy?
He's like 30. He's over 30 points in fantasy.
30 point in fantasy, Bray. That's a good day.
This is what I do. Y'all know what time it is.
All right, guys, we're going to take a break. When we come back, it is our pick segment. We're going to do our picks next. But first, a message from
the pregame show.
That's
right. Let me get the exact proper read because we have some great new sponsors. On game day, Detroit, you're waking up with Woodward and Maine, your source for all the insider information on the defending NFC North champion Detroit Lions. With insight from Detroit sports media legend Terry Foster and rising star Matthew Broder. Get ready, Detroit, every game day, 8 to 9 a.m. Woodward and Maine, and then sponsored sponsored by Sabbath Coffee and Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Every game day, Neil Rule and Sean Belegian bring you the best Lions pregame show, 10 to noon on Woodward Sports, giving you all the up-to-date injury reports, fantasy sit and starts, and Detroit Lions knowledge, delivering it only as Neil and Sean can. Join us for every home game live at the second best bar in Detroit, your official guide to Lions game day on Detroit's numero uno sports network, and that would be Woodward Sports. Hey there, Kenny G. Can you tell me about the merch, my friend?
I sure can, because it's the best merch in the business. Had people in the chat today talk about how they bought them Boodum Kids shirts and things of that nature. So make sure you get into woodwardsports.com. Click that shop tab. We got all the freshest gear you need to be fresh for the games. It's Lions season, baby. Get you some Lions gear. We got plenty of it, but only if you go to woodwardsports.com and click that shop tab.
Yes.
All right, let's go to the best pet store in Michigan.
Facts.
It is PremierPetSupply.com. Hands down, Michigan's best pet store. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. 13 Metro Detroit locations, 60 brands of food, and they never run out of it. They are stockpiled. They've got you delivery as well, curbside delivery if you need it, and nutritionists on call for any questions about your pet. Give your pet the best, don't settle for less. It's PremierPetSupply.com.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Yo, let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Trying out Planet Fitness, and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How?
Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports.
Hey, it's football season, but golf season is still here. It's winding down, though, but you got a chance to play with some sports legends, man. Darren McCarty, Kirk Gibson, Braylon Edwards, or even that man, Calvin Johnson, man. It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Register today, and you can play like a VIP, man. Go to woodwardsports.com, scan that QR code above my head, and when it comes to your next car or truck, make the wise decision. It is Randy Wise Automotive Bray.
Come on down to Soroki's because the signature wings are the new things. For a limited time, they got new wings. We talk so much about the pizza, the crispy chicken, the sides, the salads. They got new wings, too, because everybody's going the way of the wings. And Soroki's threw their hat in the fire, and these wings are exactly that. They have 7 new savory flavors. I'm excited for it. And I haven't had them yet, but I'm telling you, if Soroki's is doing it, it is legit. But once again, if that's not your thing, they still have the best fountain sodas in the game, according to my man Maz over there, and the honey biscuits. Oh, man, those honey biscuits are something. I'm not going to say die for it, but something to live for. Try those biscuits out at Soroki's.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the NFL starts tonight, and with that, we will conduct our picks segment.
Yes.
All right.
Looking forward to this.
Now, last year, I led the way with 66 wins. Braylon had 58 wins.
Okay.
Ryan had 55 wins. So we start from scratch this year.
Right.
And we're going to start with the game tonight.
Are we adding KG and Pete on this?
If you'd like, we can.
KG
Thanks, guys.
and
Put
Pete
me on here.
are also.
You're going to keep track then.
I'm keeping track right
Got
here.
it.
I got it right
Let's
here.
get it.
Let's go. First game, we'll all pick first, and we'll all pick last. Tonight, the Ravens at the Super Bowl champion Chiefs. Two-time defending Super Bowl Chiefs. 3.5 is the spread. Kansas City is favored. Braylon, you're going to lead off the year.
Ravens.
I, too, am going with the Baltimore Ravens tonight, especially at this number. At this number, 3.5, I'm absolutely taking Lamar Jackson. I believe he's 6-1 on the as a dog in the regular season. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens.
If Derrick Henry plays, heavy dose of Derrick Henry. Give me the Ravens.
And I'll take the Ravens in the points, but I think the Chiefs win the game.
I'll take the Ravens as well to win.
Oh, God. Kiss of
straight
death.
out.
Right.
Oh, God. All of us have Baltimore?
Yep.
Yeah, so they losing tonight.
Oh,
I'm
God.
switching to the Chiefs already.
Kiss of death.
Started already.
Kiss of death.
Are you switching?
No.
Okay.
No, you can't switch.
All right,
There's
Ryan, go
no
ahead.
switching. Ain't no switching.
No switching.
Ain't
Tell them,
good.
Ryan.
All right, on Friday
granddad
night.
always told me.
On Friday night in Brazil, it is the Eagles and Packers, two of the NFC's best teams, going head-to-head in Sao Paulo, Brazil. The Eagles, a 2.5-point favorite against the Green Bay Packers. Kenny G.
Hey, give me the Eagles, and hopefully everybody makes it out safely.
Fly, Maz.
Hey, Pete, give me a split screen so we can show the games on one side and the us on the other side. And I'll take the Green Bay Packers, of course, to win this game.
And I'm going to take the Philadelphia Eagles definitely to win and cover the points. Bray?
Give me the game again. Green Bay. And,
Green Bay.
Packers.
Philadelphia is a 2.5-point favorite.
Give me.
Fly, Eagles, fly. I, too, am going with Philadelphia. I believe I saw a stat that something in international games, the favorite is something like 16-9.
Philly's the home team, by the way.
16-7, right? And
so
the
am I the
favorite.
only guy that took the Packers?
You were the only guy. That
All
took
right.
the Packers.
It's your favorite
There's a
team.
game.
It's not my favorite team.
All right, Maz, you want to?
Game number 3?
Yep.
We're
Do we
gonna
not
stay.
have a graphic for this?
I don't. I'm sorry.
No problem.
We have all the games there, Pete. If you look underneath where it says pick 'em, you see a little tweet there.
Okay.
You could use that. It's got all the games.
Yeah. I
The
got
Vikings at the New York Football Giants. This game is in Jersey. Two questionable quarterbacks, obviously. Sam Darnold against, I think, Daniel Jones is going to start in this one. The Giants are getting 1.5 at home. Kenny, I guess, did you lead off last time?
Kenny led off last time, so you lead off.
I'll lead off, and I'm going to take the Giants to win this game. They got to beat the Vikings at Jersey. You got to win this game. Pete, you're up.
Yeah, I think the Giants are going to win the home opener. I'll take the Giants in the points. Bray?
I'm taking the Giants, no points. I think they're going to run out right like Matt said, to be honest.
Bray, oh, God.
Yeah, the Giants, too.
Oh, God. Giants.
No one has take the purple game?
I will take the purple people eaters. Give me the Vikings.
God, okay.
You like Price is Right. You just bid $1.
Yeah, I did. I absolutely did.
Not a bad play.
Oh, God.
All right, Ray. Go ahead, Ray.
All right, Braylon, we're going to start with... No, Pete starts this one, actually.
Okay.
The Chicago Bears.
Bears.
4-point favorite against the Tennessee Titans.
Ooh.
Chicago -4 at home against Tennessee. Pete.
Give me the Titans and the points.
Oh.
Yeah, Will Levis all
I
day.
think Chicago makes a statement on this, man. I think this is Caleb's coming out party, man. I'm excited about it. Give me Caleb, man. Pause.
For me, I'm going with the Titans.
Really?
4 points is a lot. I believe I saw another stat. Number 1 overall picks who start the first game of the year, 4-22 against the spread.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Give me Tennessee.
Wow, that's a good stat.
That Bears defense is good. This game is set up for Caleb to win by the NFL. Give me the Bears, man.
The Bears.
This game was 4.5, and I took the Titans with 4.5, But the Bears outscored their opponents in the preseason by 68 points.
Thank God for that.
I took them. I'm taking them all the way here. I said they're going to be a playoff team. Why not start off at Soldier Field and wallop the Titans?
Pete, you and me on that one. You and me on that one.
You got it, buddy.
All right, here we go.
This is Bray's first up here, Maz.
This is a big one. This is the best game of the weekend.
Okay, I like
Next
that.
to ours.
Okay.
It's the Dallas Cowboys going into Cleveland to take on the Browns.
Ooh.
And the Cowboys are a 2.5-point underdog. The Browns are favored by 2.5 at home. Braylon.
I've learned from you guys that that's a sucker bet. They think that I was saying, trying to bring you in on that one. I'm gonna go with the Browns. I don't know if the Browns are gonna be completely this year. I do have them making the playoffs. I don't know if the Deshaun Watson factor is gonna come back, but I'm out on the Dallas Cowboys. So give me the Browns.
This is the Fox game.
It's Tom Brady's debut. I too am taking the Browns in this one. Dallas is like Michigan. People see that line, they're just automatically going to bet Dallas. Dallas is getting points for taking Dallas. So give me the Cleveland side of the things here. I'm going Cleveland Browns.
This is tough, man. What Deshaun Watson are we going to get? Give me the Browns, I guess, man.
Look at you, KG.
Give me the Browns, bro.
You know I'm taking Cleveland. Give me the Brownies to win this game and plant their flag. They're going to win the AFC North this year.
Maybe we'll see Jameis Winston.
They might make the Super Bowl this year if Deshaun Watson reverts to his old self.
Good.
Is CeeDee Lamb going to play? He had a big 0 next to his name yesterday declaring out. He is playing? Yeah, I still say I take the Browns and the points.
Oh, my God. That's all of us again?
God.
Yeah. What is going
we're
on?
all, geez. We got
we got problems. Man.
We all got Baltimore. We all got Cleveland. 4 of 5 of us have the Giants. And 4 of 5 of us have Philly.
Look, I said Philly's going to be the number 1 seed. I said the Dallas was going to take a step back. So I'm just like, I said the Ravens were going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I'm just following what my predictions were.
And now for the big one, ladies and gentlemen, the one we care about here in Detroit, the Lions, baby. A 3.5-point favorite against Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, and the LA Rams. A 3.5-point favorite. Maz, you're first up here. Lions minus 3.5.
This is an easy one.
Yeah, easy money, man. Come on, Maz. It's
Rams
3 points, Maz. Come on.
It's 3.5. Give me the Rams.
Wow.
All right. Well, guys, Jake Bates with a game-winning 53-yarder. Give me the Rams and the points, but the Lions win by 3. Bray?
Yeah, give me the Rams. And I always do that, you nigga never see. I got the Rams and the points. I think it's going to be 24-23. That was my prediction on the score.
Yeah.
That hook is everything for me. Lions by a field goal.
Gotta take the Rams.
Oh, my God.
Gotta take the Rams.
Oh, my God.
Lions by a field goal.
Here comes Dollar Bitter again.
Yep. Lions, points, and money line, baby. Let's get it.
Lions,
points, and money line.
Okay.
4 points at least.
I like it.
Oh, my God. All right. So there you have it.
KG's either going to have a great start to the season.
Or horrible way. All or none, baby.
Be in the blocks.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Let's just in a couple of minutes we have here before we get to Dr. Pierce. Just give me a thought on how you see tonight's game play out, really, with Baltimore and the Chiefs. Obviously, so much riding on this game, I think, for Lamar Jackson and Baltimore, more so than the Chiefs. And these two teams might look a lot different at the end of next year, but I just feel like, to me, Baltimore is going to play that role that Detroit did last year. They're a team on a mission. They've been remembering that loss to Kansas City all year long. They've been working the entire offseason to get back at Kansas City and win this game. I just think it means more to Baltimore tonight, and that's why I have Baltimore. Derrick Henry traditionally chews up Steve Spagnuolo defense as well, so I'm really curious to see this game tonight. I think this is not a slug. I think this is a slugfest. I don't think this is
Last year was 21-20 Lions. Remember? 21-20.
21-20.
Lions beat the Chiefs.
Yeah,
I'm just saying opening night.
Oh, yeah, I was confused by what you were saying.
Yeah, my bad.
But, yeah, I think this is kind of a knockdown, drag-out fight tonight.
Braylon's got purple on.
Yeah, I got purple. I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens. I just think, this is what are you about, Lamar? Like, who are you, John Harbaugh? Hey, defense. What are you guys going to do? We've been hearing about it, and then you get to the big dance and the big moment, and you can't present it. Lamar can't beat Patrick Mahomes. Only beat him once, I do believe, out of 5 games. Like, it's time for them to take that step, and I think they have to. If they don't win this game, if they don't win game 1, Chiefs start the season off slow. This is what they traditionally do. They ease into things. If they don't start off fast, this could be an ugly season for the Ravens. So I think they have to win. I think they know that.
Ravens last year blew that game. And we know Zay Flowers made some rookie mistakes. But they didn't run the ball.
But they weren't who they were.
Right.
They brought in a new offensive coordinator this offseason. It's interesting.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If they just go back to their basics, and now you got one of the best bulldog runners in the backfield in Derrick Henry. Sure, a little long in the tooth. But this guy keeps himself in tip-top condition. We'll see. Did he lose another step? Or can he just drag a couple of those Chief defenders with him? If they run the ball, be smart, let Lamar do what he does. Don't force him to throw if he doesn't have to throw. They should win this game. Mark Andrews comes in injured. He had a car accident. The guy played like 5 games last year. They need Mark Andrews in this game to match Travis Kelce on the other side. And, of course, his girlfriend's going to be at the game. She's going to be at every freaking game.
Right.
We're going to have to hear about her the whole damn night again.
Sponsored by
It is
the
what it
NFL.
is. It is what it is. Lock in. I hope the Ravens punch him in the mouth.
And the only way that you can get Mark Andrews involved, Maz, is by throwing him the ball. And I think that the key to the season for the Ravens, it's not just Derrick Henry addition. I think it's Lamar Jackson's play, and he's ready to win a Super Bowl. But if you guys want, I do have a parlay pick, a same-game parlay pick tonight. If you guys know, I'm going to be doing some fantasy football work for the Lions pregame show and postgame show as well. But so I thought I would start with a Thursday Night Football. Here is a same-game parlay, which I'm going to use tonight. And Bray, let me know how you think about this. We're going to go tonight with the same game parlay. We're going to have Travis Kelce is going to score a touchdown tonight, I believe, in front of his girlfriend and all the fans. I think Patrick Mahomes will have over 30 attempts tonight. And I think that Isaiah Pacheco is good for at least 65 total yards between rushing and receiving. Yep. And like I said, you got to get Mark Andrews involved, so you got to throw him the ball. Lamar Jackson, I think he should be good for at least 25 attempts tonight. This is my bet for this evening, guys. It should be a plus 250 depending on which website you use. But we're going to use Caesars.
Yep.
Peter, I like it. Patrick Mahomes, he's a guy that him and I was about to call him Taylor Swift. Travis Kelce, they have that connection. They have that relation. They started off the season bad last year, and then also Travis Kelce didn't even start game 1. So I think they actually want to show that they are the reigning, defending, not 1, but 2-time champs. I like how you dropped it down to 25.
Thanks, buddy.
Instead of 30.
I told him that yesterday.
That's a great move.
I told him that
I
yesterday.
think you will get 25 pass attempts out of Lamar Jackson's new offense. Want to show off his arm. He has some weapons now, so it's going to be very good. But Patrick Mahomes wants to prove also that, look, we want to come out rocking and rolling. We are the champs.
They lost the opener last year.
I want to beat this guy. I want to beat Lamar Jackson. Every year they try to say he's better than me. Meanwhile, I have the hardware. So I like this bet a lot.
Thanks, buddy.
It's a good bet.
Well, if you just go based on last year's AFC Championship game, you win the bet. Travis Kelce scored a touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco had 68 yards. Yeah. Patrick Mahomes, 39 passing attempts. Lamar Jackson, 37 passing attempts. So
there you go.
There you go on that.
Hey, the idea is to win money, isn't it?
It'll be that same atmosphere, so you'll get that same type of, get the same type of stats.
There you go.
You got anything on the game tonight?
Nah, I think Patrick Mahomes still has some things to work with his receivers. They will eventually figure it out, but going against a tough Ravens defense, I got the Ravens winning this game.
Very good. All right, guys, we're going to take a break, our final break of the day, and then we'll close out the show with our good friend, your good friend, our good friend, the great Dr. Jeff Pierce, our injury insider here at WSN. Braylon Edwards.
It is the BGCSM. It is the #1 sports league. Almost.
Don't do it.
It's the #1 league in the county. I'm telling you like this, man. We vet the coaches, so the cheerleading coaches, the football coaches, they will be vetted. And this is youth sports. We got to put that youth word back into the sports. 5 to 14 are the ages. Get them out of the house. Get them on these fields. Get them in these gyms so they can see what it's like to not just play video games. I'm telling you, from East Point to Sterling Heights, this is the league for you. The Boys and Girls Club of Southeastern Michigan. You want to register? It's bgcsm.org.
Can't get enough Lions coverage? Make sure you catch all Woodward sports shows every game day. Wake up with Woodward and Maine, giving you the latest insight into the Lions locker room and press conferences. Then join the Lions pregame show, highlighting key matchups, injuries, and what to watch for during the game. Follow all the ups and downs of the live game action with our Woodward Watch Party live on YouTube and WoodwardSports.com. After the game, check out the instant fan and host reactions with the Lions postgame show. Every game, it's wall-to-wall, kneecap-biting, high-fiving, chest-pumping Lions coverage.
Hell yeah!
Only at Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets?
Nobody! A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit sports.
Oh, let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home?
Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
The countdown to kickoff is here. Your Detroit Lions are ready for another season of grit. Woodward Sports is your #1 destination for all breaking news and Lions coverage. We are Detroit's #1 sports network. We are Woodward Sports.
And it is the best sports coverage in the city of Detroit and really the state, man. It's the watch party with the heavyweights live from Hayes Social every game day weekend. You can tune in with the fellas. Shout out Easy and Spimo Racks. They're going to be breaking down everything during the game to get you guys ready for the post-game show with Stick and Anson, man. You're going to get all of their overreactions and, you know, everything that happened during the week and just a whole scope of the NFL as a whole, man. And if you want to tap in with us, you can come down to Hayes Social and party with us, or you can call in and give your thoughts as well. Both events sponsored by Sabbath Coffee and will be broadcast on Detroit's #1 sports network, that is Woodward Sports.
Absolutely. Hey, gang, welcome in Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, and Dr. Jeff Pierce, our WSN I almost said Wolverine inside.
Hey, what?
But he is one of those as well, but he's our injury insider. That is so great to have you here, Dr. Pierce.
And rocking the purple, man. We got the purple vibe going.
Always, purple's my color. It's my charity. Athletes Unlimited, orange and purple.
This is true.
1997 we started that color.
I just got invited in 2024. What a shame.
No, you got invited.
You're right. Yeah. I called myself out on that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Dr. Pierce, Michigan Sports and Spine. Dr. Pierce, first of all, let me do something.
All right.
First and foremost, we got to get to the big news of the day, and that was last night.
Yeah.
You were at the Green Day concert. What in the hell happened?
The drone show.
It's the drone show. So it's the news is, like everybody got, I actually left because I went to the Pit Bull. I saw Smashing Pumpkins, a bit loud for me. And Green Day came on, I think about 15 minutes into the show. Some foreign object was flying above. They kind of got spooked, came off, confirmed that it was a drone being flown by somebody outside the stadium, and everything went back to normal.
It's incredible, though. I mean, you can't fly a drone over a stadium.
No, you can't fly a drone. But there's not, like, the security's changing so much. You know, what's going on, like, we can talk about U of M and serving liquor and what's going on there. But it's safety first. You know, like Taylor Swift made a big comment not to throw Taylor Swift into our mix, but why not? You know, in France, that's a big show for her to cancel. You know, the threats, it's just, it's sad what our kids are growing up with, and you can't go to an event right now. You go with hesitation now. You know, this has nothing to do with Injury Insider or anything like that. I think it's just a moment of, you know, I know Braylon, I mean, we ran down the street. You know, when it got dark, we were being yelled at by our parents to get home.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
That doesn't happen anymore. I mean, it's...
And if you weren't home, somebody down the street, parents or somebody was telling you to
go
home.
That network was way better than social media.
Right.
That network was more powerful.
That's where It Takes a Village comes from, you know.
But yeah, I mean, it was a great concert, a great venue. Shout out to Live Nation. I mean, they always put on a great event. You know, they had two big shows. They had Pitbull at Pine Knob, and you know, unfortunately, you know, it's a high energy show. Pitbull, everybody sees him. You like that high energy. He just came out of the gate.
Doesn't he have a bowl game this year, the Pitbull Bowl or something like that?
You know, I will give a shout out to Pitbull. As much people that like him,
it's a stadium or something.
Yeah, like him or don't like him, the guy puts money where his mouth is. He puts a lot of money back into his community. He's built 12 schools for underprivileged people, and he's got 10,000 of them in Miami, and you know, go out and visit. It's called Slam, and you know, do I love his music? Do I like his message most of the time? But I mean, for a guy who does that, puts his money where his mouth is, he says, you know, I'm not educated. I didn't finish high school for certain reasons, but I put money back to where it belongs.
Chico.
Yeah,
it's pretty incredible.
So,
good
entertainer
stuff there.
with a heart.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there's a lot of guys that do that.
Yeah, no doubt. I do want to touch on some injury news with you. First and foremost, there's really, and this is great news,
healthy,
not a ton with the Detroit Lions. I mean, I look at the injury report for the Lions. Ifatu Melifonwu, ankle injury, limited practice.
He's the only one that we don't know if he's going to play or not.
DJ Reader, quad injury, limited practice. But these guys are practicing. That is a good sign when it comes to whether or not they're going to try to suit up.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we were going to talk about Gibbs. I mean, Gibbs coming in with a hamstring injury, kind of what we predicted. I think they sat him down cautiously, and he's putting out there, I'm 98 to 100%. I mean, he's got to feel it. If I had to translate, it's probably like 85%. But if his mental picture is like, I'm 98 to 100%, he feels like he can move forwards and backwards fine, and transition and translate into his moves of the lateral movements. But the ankle injuries, I think we're being cautious right now. There's plenty of players who can step up into these guys are 100, 110%, which I think is a smart move that Campbell maybe not always accused of making the smart move. But, I think right now you're right. The Lions look healthy. They look good. Coming off of us saying as he pushed them too hard, playing them too hard, hitting too hard in practice, he got through the preseason with, like you're saying, minimal injuries. But I think there's some nagging stuff that these guys are just going to play through. The quad injury, I know we're predicting week 2. I'd be surprised. I'd give it 50-50 that's week 2.
With these injuries, whether it's the quad or, an ankle, just looking at these two Lions specifically, Melifonwu with the ankle and DJ Reader with the quad, as you play NFL football, does it ever really get better? And will it just be what it is and you have to deal with it? Or can these injuries get better as the season goes on? Because I just can't imagine how something you're basically in this head-on-head collision 100 times a game, 60 times a game, let's say, to have that pounding and for something to get better as the season goes on, not worse.
So don't forget there's time, right? There's physiological healing over time, right? So time itself, like we don't come up with these, you're going to be better in 2 weeks, 6 weeks. There's some science behind it. So as you go, the biggest precaution is while they're playing not to continue to re-injure. I think what you're trying to allude to is like you're going to be injured. You got a weak link in your system, in your chain, and that's going to be your weakest link. And if you're pounding, going 70 miles an hour at each other, you're going to re-injure or cause microtrauma to those injuries. So it is a balance. But the thing is, they know where the injury is. Ankles and hamstrings can be taped up, can be protected, can be braced. So there's a lot of protection in that system. So there is time on their side that you get healing as you go from a physiological standpoint. Again, they're getting the secret sauce in the locker room too. And yeah, they should be getting better. It's not a status quo or a decline on a hamstring and an ankle. If you're talking like shoulder or elbow, where you're constantly using it, then, it's a little bit less. It's hard to brace those things because they're actually actively being used through the whole game. Talking
to Dr. Jeff Pierce, our injury insider here at WSN, Michigan Sports and Spine, in the YouTube chat. This is from Freddie. Super chat, Freddie. Thanks so much, Freddie. Dr. Pierce, I had my ACL meniscus repaired when I was 28. I'm now 41, dealing with nagging pain after long walks. Could that be arthritis, scar tissue? MRIs are normal.
MRIs are normal?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of those things. I talk about the secret sauce that we do at Sports and Spine. He needs to take it to the next level. Any of these guys, like we've talked about, who's a candidate for biologics? It's anybody with a previous injury. So he had an ACL meniscal tear, and he was 21, so it's 20 plus years
28,
ago.
so 13 years ago.
13 years ago. So they may or may not have removed most of the meniscus, and when it's gone, it's gone. But there's stuff there is, especially over the last 5 years with the biologics, with stem cell and PRP, not to be misleading because I can only say certain things, but those things have been proven to be helpful in that kind of recovery. Does he have premature arthritis? Yeah, most likely he has premature arthritis, but everybody has premature arthritis at that age. So I would highly suggest if it's bothering him where it's swelling and irritant, he needs to get in to see someone, not at a general level, at kind of like a sports-specific level. So
hopefully that helps you out there.
We can't do a shout out for us, but
right,
someone like us. I don't know where. If
someone like us, someone like us,
with all those years.
Quick pivot, talking about the New York Jets team that I'm fond of, my team, my squad. You look at Aaron Rodgers coming back off that Achilles, and you can also talk about Kirk Cousins down there in Atlanta. What are some signs to look for those guys, for those quarterbacks, some swelling in certain areas or injury or other parts of the body starting to bother you where you may want to slow down or you may want to keep an eye on that Achilles or you may want to keep an eye on the, what's the word I'm looking for, compensation side to side?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is for all the fantasy football people out there picking them, but
I'm asking about my team. I want them in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, good luck.
Hater.
Good luck.
Bottom line, it's kind of like you short stride. You favor it. You see what he's doing. Is he ginger on it? Is he competent on it? I mean, Aaron Rodgers, he's got that mental, right? He's got a mental, I'm in the game, nothing else is bothering me type of thing. But he will compensate. The body will do it by itself. You look how his foot is. Is his foot, pivoted out a little bit to create more balance, more stability? Is he moving sideways? It's the lateral movements that's more concerning. Forwards and backwards is okay, but what happens when the pocket collapses? How does he get out of it? Does he just sit? Is he being cautious? So those are all the kind of things that you want to look for. It's really, does his affected side look like his unaffected side? Like we look at hockey players or kids that, it's easy for the kids because they don't know any better. They just naturally start short striding because they're protecting that hip, knee, and ankle. So the ankle, the Achilles is all part of that. So is he pushing off the same? Is he favoring it? Is he, planting his foot like he should be? Those are all the kind of things you want to look at. That kind of answer what you were looking for?
It does, 100%. Because I'm going to be watching both those quarterbacks. I'm going to see how long Kirk Cousins has, and I'm going to see if Aaron Rodgers can get it together for my squad.
Who's going to last longer is the better question.
Aaron Rodgers. He can't afford, in his mind, he can't afford not to have a good year. He can't afford to stay and at least get them to the playoffs. Kirk Cousins, he got paid, and he's going to try, but if it doesn't hurt, they also drafted a quarterback, which he's still mad about. So I think Aaron Rodgers lasts longer.
I want to pivot. I want to pivot to baseball if I could for a sec. Just because we've seen a couple of Detroit Tigers. Javier Baez will probably never play another game with the Tigers, but a right hip and lumbar spine inflammation, underwent successful surgery, arthroscopic surgery. And then Reese Olson, he had a right shoulder strain. Right shoulder strain kept him out for months. He's going to rehab. He's going to start throwing again and maybe even be back if the Tigers need him in a couple of weeks. But let's start with Reese Olson with that right shoulder strain. How long does that injury usually take? For obviously a player, it took him about 2 months, but for a regular person to maybe just go about their everyday life.
Oh, a guy that has to work and show up tomorrow and still needs to get paid about a day.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
No, I mean, I'm being sarcastic, but I'm being serious too. I mean, that's something you can work around. A strain is what we say on the minimal end, right? When you hear a strain without any type of tear or grade, right? So we'll have grades of strains. There's the simple ones that are ones, which it sounds like he's between a 1 and a 2. A line worker, a person going to school, a doctor, a person on the air is not going to be not working the next day, right? But the thing is, how does it recover? Usually a strain, like I said before, we have those physiological time frames. Usually, if you're doing everything right, if you're icing, if you're using the creams and the medication, you can feel a lot better in 2 weeks, if not 6 weeks. If you have a tear, that's when we start moving into that six weeks to 3 months to 6 months, depending how big that tear is, because that needs more physiological recovery. The tear, there's healing. With the strain, you just have more inflammation around that ligament. And then it depends. I mean, in the age group also depends. Younger kids, I mean, we'll have high school athletes, be walked off the field and come back the next game. Where you put a 30-year-old line worker who kind of wrenched his arm, he's going to be ginger for a couple weeks. But it's such a broad question. It's hard to answer, but it's everything from a simple 2 days. If it's a true strain, it's 2 weeks to 6 weeks, depending on the amount and how diligent you are in your recovery. And if there's a tear, you're looking at that 6 weeks to 3 months to 6 months full recovery.
I see something in the chat, and I just got to check this. I can't believe it's true, but
about me?
No. I don't see it anywhere else. So it was regarding Aaron Rodgers, but
going back to Aaron Rodgers and Kirk Cousins, I'm not sure how much true rehab Aaron Rodgers is doing and was committed to. He's got a whole nother path he follows, not necessarily a traditional path. So I'm interested to see what happens too. I mean, he has his own secret sauce, let's just say.
Okay.
Not judging him or not, right or wrong. It's just Kirk Cousins is following, I think, more of the traditional model.
Yeah. I just wanted to check on that. Somebody put in the chat that something happened to Aaron Rodgers. I don't believe it.
The jogging?
Yeah. So I just don't see it anywhere else. All right. What do you got there, Dr. Pierce?
Hey, you read it.
Come on, Maz. What do you got? Hey, we're trying to conduct business here.
Russell Wilson has a calf injury. Will he play?
Calf injuries. Nagging?
Yeah, it's a nagging injury that you can get through a game. I mean, there's stuff we do, especially towards the middle to the end of the season, that can get you to play. It depends on maybe a game day decision, and Russell Wilson is a veteran. He's going to do what he thinks his body can do at this point without any real secret sauce early in the season. So,
you going to the Michigan game tomorrow?
I am.
Saturday. I keep thinking today's Friday.
I will probably be at the Michigan game on Saturday.
Go Blue.
What's
going to happen?
There's not a lot of love on the networks that they're going to be winning.
Oh, I think they're going to win.
You do?
Yeah.
-7, you're taking.
I think they're definitely going to cover the spread.
And you saw the offense last week?
I did.
And you're comfortable?
I am.
Okay, I guess we'll know. Braylon?
I think that it is 3:56, man. It's been a great show. I'm
sorry.
It's a pleasure.
I'm sorry.
To have
It faded
Dr.
out.
Jeff Pierce, Injury Insider.
It faded out. I didn't hear
what you is amazing. Yo,
What's that?
football's here, ladies and gentlemen. The Ravens, the Chiefs tonight. Excited to see it. Hell of a show out of UKG.
That's
Pete,
awesome.
what you got going on, man?
No,
Thanks for the picks, by the way.
that was just wonderful. What
That
you
was
did.
well done. That was well done.
Ryan,
Are we
my
near
brother
the end?
from Atlanta.
I'm not sure where we're at.
Oh, Dr.
That's
Pierce, you know
it.
where we're at? We're at the end of the show. We'll see you guys tomorrow.